Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? Uh, this beautiful sunny morning is cold, 32 degrees outside, and I'm not liking it at all. I'm waiting for spring to kick in where we wake up and it's like 45, 50 instead of 32. uh, so today I got a message, but it's more of just me talking today. Um, while I was at service yesterday, um, I I heard the Lord say, "You'll never really know what salvation truly is until you were lost and then saved. If you've never been lost, you never really know what salvation is." Um, I know a lot of good, quote unquote, good, respectful children that listen to their parents growing up. They they don't know what salvation is because they've never really been lost. I know a couple of pastors at my church at our church that our assembly, that our congregation, that uh, they've been good, well-disciplined children, and now they've grown into great pastors. And I don't know. I'm not saying that they don't know, but do they know what salvation truly is? But this is where I want to just kind of get into talking today and my story, my what I felt like it's okay for me to share. I haven't shared it because one, it's been kind of shameful. Two, I didn't want certain people in the world to hear it because I don't want them to call me crazy or uh, a lunatic or that I'm not fit to be a parent, because I love my children. I love my boys very much and I don't want to lose them. But I'm not afraid anymore. And I'm not afraid anymore, and I'm ready to let the truth be known, to let, hopefully, help others realize the truth, and hopefully help others realize that there's still hope. We still have hope. We still have God. He is our hope. He is our deliverer. But if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you guys know I've gone through some crazy stuff. Uh, my ex pretty much ran me through the washing machine. Well, that's a horrible term. She pretty much threw me in front of a car and hit me and drove over me and then backed up in reverse and did it again and then forward, did it again, backwards, did it again. I mean, I looked like Hamburger when it was all said and done. She said I was abusive. She said I was an unfit father. She said I was psychotic. I was crazy because I believed in God and because I believed in doing what was right. and the courts listened to her. But I don't want to talk about that too much today, just kind of giving you a little bit of backstory. When I was all going through it at the beginning, as a believer, I was lost. My world was falling apart. She had cheated on me, was with another man, left me for him. And she left me the boys originally. And so there I am, a single dad, taking care of two beautiful young men, really young at that time. And trying to figure out what to do. On my knees every day, God, what do I do? Trying to work it out with her, trying to, I really felt like the Lord at the time was saying, look, treat her as Gomer in the Bible. I think it was Gomer. It's been a little while now. It was one guy's name that I can never think of. Prophet in the Bible. The Lord told him to go and find a prostitute in the Bible and to show God's love, right? So anyway, so I tried to work it out with her. I tried to be the man I was supposed to be. I failed in a lot of areas. Still not sure all of them. I've learned a lot from them, but to go back to ultimately the point that I'm trying to bring up is I went through a really dark time where she came and took the kids. She took the kids from me and ran, and then she wouldn't let me see them. And she was living with this other man that she had cheated on me with, and I went completely crazy. And during that time, the enemy, or I thought I was going crazy because I was just trying to do what was right. I was just trying to be a father figure, be a husband. And at this time, we weren't divorced yet. And during this time, the enemy had me so twisted around that he had me believing that if I couldn't do what I was supposed to be doing, then there was no reason to be alive. There was no reason to be, to live, because my kids didn't need me. She didn't need me. And there was a lot of other things going on in my life. So at the time, the church that I attended, they wanted to believe her. I was trying to seek for answers. I was trying to, what do I do? And it seemed like every time I turned around, I was just a horrible, horrible guy. And I look back now and shoot, I definitely had a lot wrong with me, without a doubt. I still have a lot wrong with me, but I didn't know what was going on. It was confusing. It was devastating. I would go into church and I would just cry. I would just cry because I wanted to see the Savior. And I couldn't find him. I knew of God. I've read the Bible since I was a kid. I've heard the stories about how Yeshua came to give us life and life more abundantly, but I wasn't seeing it. And so I did the unthinkable. I grabbed a rope. I threw it out around a branch at the place I was living at the time, and as I was there with it around my neck, because I got to watch what I say on YouTube. I don't want them to shut me down or cancel this video. As I was there, in the process of going dark, I saw this figure that I could only express or explain to be was Yeshua, was the sun in this white, bright, white light with his arms wide open, saying, "You can't do this. I need you. Your purpose hasn't been fulfilled. I need you. I need you." And he just kept saying that. And what was probably only, maybe 10 or 15 seconds tops, like absolute tops, felt like forever, felt like a long time. And my eyes were opened for the first time after going through everything I was going through at the time. And it was about a year, or, well, technically it was over a year, because my ex had cheated on me multiple times prior to that. Some of the stuff I was going through with the church lasted a lot longer than just the year, the church that I attended at that time. I thank God I don't attend that church anymore. That congregation was not the congregation I have today, and I'm very thankful for that. The ministers are better men and women of God, and I'm thankful that God has led me to where He's led me to today. But anyway, during that time that I was, there, seeing Christ, seeing the love and the compassion of the Father, kind of like blacked out. I vaguely remember somehow, some way, pulling myself up on the rope and being able to get free. It was definitely a devastating time. And then when I hit the ground, I was out. I don't know how much time had passed. It was, it was an experience. But I say all that to go back to the point behind it is, I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what Pharisees or Sadducees, quote unquote, church people you're around right now that don't seem to care or aren't listening. Whether it's your ex, male, female, it doesn't matter. Whatever. There is a Father, and He does love us. He showed me great compassion, great mercy, because I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be in this place that I'm in. And I say that like, I'm not saying this is a bad place, but I shouldn't be here. I should be 6 feet under. 6 foot, 6 feet, however you want to say that. But the Lord woke me up that day. Because nobody else in my life was able to see. I do know one thing. There was a man of God that I found out later. He was praying really hard for me. And I'm very thankful for that man. Bishop Bill Anderson. I'm very thankful for that man. There's been a lot that I've definitely disagreed with him with. There's been a lot where I just wanted to fight tooth and nail. But on the other side of it, that my main heartbeat has always been, I'm just trying to get some understanding. You know, I just want to see the Father. Well, I tell you what, after my experience, I've seen the Father. I've seen the Father because I've seen the Son. And I guess that's the message today. You know, yeah, you can be saved as a good child, as a good son or daughter. But you won't really know what true salvation is until you're in a situation like that, where you have no hope left and you see the Father through the Son. Don't let it get to that situation. Please don't let it get to that situation, because it might not happen the same as it did for you, or as it's the same as it did for me. Might not happen the same for you. I don't want you to lose hope. I don't want you to lose courage or be discouraged. People in your lives will let you down. People in your lives will not always see what you're going through. They won't always hear it. They might see it and hear it, but not really see it and hear it. But I tell you what, God's always there. So when you're going through things, when you're going through life, and the enemy is trying to do everything he possibly can to attack your mind, seek God, seek his kingdom, and study his word even more, and see how other people in the word have overcame. That's the reason why I preach overcoming so much in my videos. We're supposed to be overcomers. That day, I was not an overcomer. Originally. By the grace of God, I was able to see his Son, and I became an overcomer. But I couldn't have done it without him. It doesn't matter what you're going through, you can't do it without him. Life sucks. I get it. But I tell you what, man, you don't want to die before your time. And you sure as heck need to realize that you do have a purpose. You're all called. You need to seek God, seek his face, seek his righteousness. Figure out what, I tell you what, the persecution, the backstabbing, the lies about me, they didn't stop that day. You know, yeah, I chose to get up and keep fighting, but the lies and stuff, they didn't stop. Shoot, I can tell you a handful of more than enough people to, just over the last couple of days, let alone the last couple of years. And this was, I don't know, 9, 10 years ago that situation happened. But people are always going to lie about you. The enemy will use anybody and everybody that he possibly can, including your own brother. Your own brother, he might not even realize that he's lying about you, but he will lie about you because that's what the enemy wants to do. The enemy wants to cause as many freaking problems as he possibly can to get you from finding your purpose, to get you from seeing the Lord, to get you turned away from salvation and what salvation truly is. Salvation is, oh, well, Jesus, it's not, oh, well, Jesus is going to save us one day. No, salvation is, look, the Father loves you today. Today. He loves you today. So just remember, whatever you're going through, He is seeing you. He is hearing you. Put your hope in Him. Don't give up. He'll come through. The Bible says that He will not give us anything more than we can go through. He knows what you're going through. He's not going to allow too much. I was manipulated into believing it was just too much. But I'm telling you, if it's too much, just tell God, hey, dude, you got to help me with this situation because I'm starting to crack. And God will bring a solution into the situation. Look, if you're dealing with demonic entities, which are real, the devil doesn't want you to believe he's real, but the devil's very real. And he has control of some angels, fallen angels, or demons. I can't really say they're quote-unquote fallen. The demons are fallen angels, but the point that I'm trying to get at is he has some control, some, over those entities. But he cannot control you. Cannot. I don't care if you're a believer or a non-believer or whatever. He cannot control you. He can only convince you. He can only deceive you. So stop listening to the lies. And if you're not a believer, then you need to start believing. Because there is a God. There is a devil. And one day, it'll be too late to see that.